All right. In all seriousness, New York is banning natural gas in their new buildings, Chef. Now, obviously, people hear this and they immediately think about heating homes and whatnot. What kind of challenge is this going to present to the restaurant capital of the country?
Yeah, well, it's impossible. I mean, it's a joke. And the fact that we're even talking about it is exactly what they want. I almost feel like they throw these things out there to kind of use as a diversion. And then if they actually get traction and they get a little bit of stickiness to it, they'll move with it. They will ban it if they could, although they also know that it's unrealistic because the same people who are trying to ban gas are the ones that are going to buy the Wolf Range with the largest gas output, right? So it's not about them banning it for the environment. It's about you not being able to cook with gas, making your life more difficult, right? You've got to cook on an electric stove that's virtually impossible. And furthermore, when they move everything over to electrify the entire house, the commercial kitchen, whatever it is, there's naturally going to be rolling blackouts because they never think about that. They don't think one step ahead. And then when there's rolling blackouts, guess what? You can't use your stove. So effectively, this is one step away from starving people. But let's just look at it from the culinary perspective. You cannot cook on electric for multiple reasons. Number one, you can't get the heat high enough. And if you ultimately do get it high enough, the attempt to turn it back down again takes a year. And then number two, the amount of electricity that it actually takes to run a kitchen, whether it's induction, induction is more magnetic, but they're going to push towards that next. But, just the pure electric element of this, we're going to be using microwaves. Every single piece of your kitchen is going to be a microwave. Mark my word, the next restaurant, it's called the Wave. You come in, you grab something from the frozen freezer, and like a diner where there was a jukebox at your table, now there's a microwave, and then you microwave it yourself.
Chef, I'm glad you actually brought this up about the future of it because I called New York the restaurant capital of America. Maybe you would disagree with that. You'd certainly know more than me, but it was a great restaurant city. I mean, there are a lot of great restaurant cities. Big cities tend to be great for restaurants. Is that going to change as these cities, more than just crime-ridden, as they make everything more expensive, as everything goes more green? Do you see the restaurant industry kind of dispersing more from the cities and heading out to the burbs?
Yeah, 100%. And it's already happening, right? And it's happening on various levels, right? So you've got fine dining, Uber, kind of over the top, haute cuisine, if you will. They're all failing in these major cities. So they're going to start moving out to the burbs, but they're going to spin it and pitch it as, oh, we want to be closer to nature. We want to be closer to the point of our food, right? But really, it's because they can't cities. And then you have the franchisors and the franchisees who realize we're being overregulated in these cities. So they're going to move to places like Middle America. You're going to start seeing the biggest brands pop up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Toledo, Ohio, places like that. California just passed, or they're trying to pass AB 257, which is a bill which effectively creates a joint employership between franchisors and franchisees. So if a franchisee treats their employees wrong, the franchisor is going to have to pay for it. And that is going to really kill franchising in California. And you're going to see the same thing happen in cities, because what happens in California happens in Chicago, New York, heck, Miami, any of these major cities. So that's going to decimate the restaurant industry. It's going to pull all the large franchisors into these rural, off the beaten path cities. Like I said, Toledo, Ohio. I'm naming these cities because we're researching them. Heck, our number one market is the suburbs around Indianapolis. It doubles average unit volumes than Southern California, New York, the DC area, DMV. We kill it in these other cities. Albuquerque, New Mexico. For as liberal as they seem, their liberal is a different liberal than the cities. It's a great market for us.
How about that? Albuquerque, I've had some great meals in Albuquerque. That doesn't surprise me. Hatch green chilies, extremely underrated, but we're not going to go into that right now. Chef, are you experiencing food shortages of some kind? I'm assuming so. We see all these pictures of empty shelves. What challenges are the restaurant industry facing?
Yeah, so it hits the restaurant industry first, right? You don't find out about the wholesale piece because we're not taking pictures of empty delivery trucks. But I would say that 30 to 40% of every single one of my deliveries at all my restaurants, including all my friends who own restaurants, they're shorted products. And majority of the time, those are products they need to operate. So then they end up running out to wholesale stores, Smart and Finals, spending a lot of time and extra money just trying to get the products they need to operate. It is 100% across the board. There is no lies to it. It's the reality of life right now. And what are you going to do? I mean, at this point, it's like it's just become commonplace.
So what does a restaurant do? I mean, you know how to run one. What does a restaurant do? Okay, we were supposed to get 100 pounds of chicken wings and some pepperoni today. The pepperoni didn't come. Do you jack prices? You simply start slashing the menu? How do you respond?
A little bit of all that. Cut the menu, limit hours, increase prices, cut labor, do anything that you can in order to protect the bottom line while still maintaining at least some baseline brand in order to get people in the door.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.